cash, bread, munyon. I think that's what the kids are calling it nowadays. Moolah, bucks, dough, cheddar, loot. There are many names for what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about money. Paige is live in Dallas at the newly opened MoMoney Museum, where she's talking all things, and she's cashing in on this report, and it looks like she's having a good time already. Hello, Paige.
I certainly am. You've heard of a cold plunge? Well, this is a cold cash plunge. And let me tell you, money is everywhere. I'm excited to introduce you to the man behind the magic. This is Subi to tell us more about the MoMoney Museum of Money. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for being here.
You are also the imagination behind so many other wonderful things here in Dallas, particularly the Museum of Illusions. You've got lots of creative things. Why did you want to focus on a topic such as money?
Well, you know, money is something that for a lot of people is intimidating. To a lot of people, it's boring. It's overwhelming. We wanted to take a topic like that and turn it into something fun and playful and Instagrammable, and that's exactly what we did at the Museum of Money.
All right, we're going to move fast because I want to show you a lot. First, you can hold up a bank right off the top. You have a vault that people can come in and break through. And then if you want to just take a little seat, we're sitting in front of a lot of cash. Good heavens, what is that, like $2 million, $3 million?
So the bathtub that you're in, you wouldn't believe it, but that was only $100,000. Take a wild guess what this is.
2 to 3 mil?
It says $8.4 million, and it can fit in a coffee table.
Whoa! And I also want to mention, you know, the whole idea of counterfeit, because sometimes these are, of course, this is play money.
Yeah.
There are some tells you can have. This looks like a real $100 bill, but this says for motion picture purposes only. We've got some video that I want to show you upstairs. One of the first things that you can see on this video is where you can determine whether something is counterfeit or something is real. Because those tells are so minute, you really have to have a keen eye in order to discern. And those are just a couple of the cool things that you can learn. Very hands-on exhibit here.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, there's a lot of counterfeits out there. Fortunately, we don't use cash a lot, so it's easier to make those out, but absolutely.
All right, so now check it out. Check out where we are standing. We're in the vault. Look at these beautiful gold bars. This brings us back to kind of where the essence of money began, which began even before gold was produced.
Right. So throughout time, we've used many different things as currency, and that's a lot of what we talk about and how we introduce the financial world at the Museum of Money. Is the first forms of currency, the first forms of writing were actually accounting records. I owe you this, you owe me that.
Trade was a big thing too.
Absolutely.
We'll walk over here because there's so much more we want to get to. One thing that you really emphasize in this museum is the fact that there are little things that you can do to save money. We don't think about dropping, say for example, $5 a day on a cup of coffee, but that can really add up. Check this out. I'm going to push these buttons and you walk us through. We buy a cup of coffee, $5 a day.
So if you take the $5 a day that you'd spend on coffee and invest it versus spending it on coffee, and you invest it, for example, over, let's choose 35 years. We'll push to make money here. Our Interest Invaders exhibit, one of my absolute favorite, $622,000 made by investing $5 a day that you would otherwise spend on coffee. You can, just make small little changes in your investing strategy or in your saving strategy to really make a big impact over a long period of time.
And these walls certainly show that too, and how much money has gone up. The price of things have gone up through the years. Movie tickets, you could buy 100 of them for what you can buy for just a few today. And one other thing that's particularly fun, and the reason why I want us to head this way, is that you have the opportunity to design your own currency with this. Tell us, walk us through this process real quick.
So the last takeaway is we'll make a bill with your face on it. So we'll choose pink here. We're going to choose $1 million bill.
That's right. Worth $1 million.
And then we're going to take your photo. Look here.
Here it is.
All right, we're going to confirm here, and then shortly after this.
And while this is going on, what is your takeaway? What do you want people to know when they come to the museum? What do you want them to learn and leave with?
So interestingly enough, April is Financial Literacy Month. That is the biggest takeaway. Other than the photos and the Instagrammable opportunities, financial literacy is the biggest thing that we want people to take away from here. Small changes that you can make in your spending strategy or investing search strategies that can make a big difference over time.
And look over here, pretty soon you're mentioning small investment strategies that can make a big difference. Soon you might see a bill with my face on it floating behind us. And while we talk about that, I do want you to come and visit the Museum of Money. It's open now. There's so many things to do and to see, and at the same time you're learning something really important in the process. And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
And here we're ending it with me. $1 million worth. Thank you so much, Subi. Come and check it out. The information's on your screen.